What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and I'm here to talk about the state of Master Duel now that, Season 4 has been out for a few days, as you can see. I've already made it back to Platinum. I haven't quite climbed to Plat 1 yet, but, I'll get there. But I want to talk about the state of Master Duel. So, Master Duel, unfortunately, it's pretty rough. Especially because there's a lot of FTKs running around, and I think it really takes a lot of the fun out of the format personally. Even though the deck I'm currently playing isn't affected by either of the FTKs, Ignite or either Ignite or the other one does the DD Dynamite. My deck doesn't really care about either if I go first. If I go first on the Ignite, I don't care. If I go second, I'm probably getting FTK'd. But as far as that goes, though, there's a lot of those, unfortunately, running around still. And it's ruining the format from playing more fun decks. I feel like I can't play a deck that has a complete extra deck. And which brings me to my next point, is while the duel passed and we did finally get new updated cards, the cards aren't very relevant. Baron is, or would be if we didn't have FTKs running around. I played against it once. Someone was playing Pendulums, and they summoned Baron on me, and I just outed the Baron, and that was pretty much the end of that. But yeah, I don't really think that this update was quite as good as it needed to be. The dual pass reset, which is great, and the shop reset as well, which is also very, very good. Now then, let me talk about these two new packs, as I pulled from both of them. So out of this one, the only card that is even semi-meta relevant, and I say that because of the current Master Duel meta, is Baron de Fleur. And that's it. And the only reason to pull out of this set is specifically for this card, which is a 1-of at best. So you could probably just craft it. Next up, the thing we're going to talk about is Ruler's Mask. So out of this pack, there is no meta-relevant cards in it other than Ecclesia, which is more of a reprint, quote-unquote, but it still doesn't help. Ready Fusion for certain decks is pretty good. However, none of the other cards are very relevant, I would say, except for Oliver, but this won't be relevant until Master Duel gets the Albaz structure deck, and that's a while away, because we just got these, and if we can assume that every time either the dual pass ends or we get, the selection packs go away, is a new pack and a new set of cards, we have about 2 more months, 2.5 more months-ish, before we'll get Burst of Destiny and those cards as well. Which puts it at a really weird spot, unfortunately. Burst of Destiny and maybe Grand Creators, which, is really weird, and it's really annoying, because it feels like if we keep up at this point, we're gonna stay so many sets behind, and we're never gonna catch up to at least the TCG, which is something I feel like this should be striving to do, is at least catch up to the TCG. And then if they catch up to the TCG, it'll be pretty easy for them to stay on top of it and regularly update when a new set comes out, so that we can constantly have the next cards and we can be up to date. I think that that's what they should be striving for, in my personal opinion. So this card will have to wait quite a while before it becomes meta relevant on Master Duel. Something that came out is the Sue ships. This deck is kind of funny. Not a good deck, but it's funny. The Magic Keys came out in this set as well. So for any Magic Key players, you can play this deck, finally. And it's pretty low rarity too, which is very good in terms of, it's very cool. Overall though, I think that these are not worth pulling from unless you specifically want to play Despia or Speedroids. Let's talk about the new Duel Pass. So I bought it, but I do not recommend anyone else buying it unless you want the Moki Moki and the 120 CP, the UR things, which unfortunately is 4. It's a little bit more than a playset of any ultra rare, because the exact gems you are gonna get back from this is, so you get 800 for the Duel Pass, but it's an 800 investment as well. So it costs 800 gems to do the investment, as well as, so you're not gonna get anything back. You're gonna get literally your gems exactly back, and then the rest you get are just these. This is what you get it for, is to get these. So if you have a built-up collection, as I do, and you have pretty much the decks you're gonna play constantly, it might not be worth it, unless you specifically just want the Moki Moki, which its interaction is, it does that, and that's it. We also got, in this update, we got a new thing. I haven't completed it yet, like I have with all these, but I have done the Herald. I've done the clear part. I haven't 100%ed it yet, as I will later. But this thing, it's similar to the Lightsworn, unfortunately. Where the cards that they give you from Heralds aren't very relevant. They give you purple, and I think they give you green somewhere, right? Yeah, they give you green there, and then they give you the XCs there. In my honest opinion, they should give you, instead of the XCs, I think they should have given us orange. If they're gonna do that, you know, then at least complete the set. I know orange is the best one and actually sees meta relevance, but I feel like you should kind of, you know, I feel like solo mode should be like a good way to not only get gems and teach people about certain decks, but it should also kind of like get people interested in other things. Like if they wanted to teach about ritual summoning, we have one technically for solo mode, so Herald wasn't necessary. If you want to teach people about negation, I guess that technically works. But yeah. That's the state of Master Duel right now, and that's kind of this update in a nutshell. I explained, you know, the season and my thoughts on the season as well, and I also explain, and I also, you know, think that I think the season could potentially be better. I think the new cards could see play, but I think the issue is that we need a ban list on top of it. So we cannot, unfortunately. Their new cards aren't going to be too relevant until it's way down the line in Master Duel, unless they update their Forbidden and Limited list. So none of these new cards, I don't think we'll see any like super relevant play. Like in Ranked, you're probably not going to see any of the new cards too much unless you're like lower tier, and even then, you might not, because it seems like a lot of people are just running the FTK because it's free wins a lot of time. But there are a lot of people that are prepared for it and running like 13 card extra deck and 10 card extra or 11 card extra decks. And me, who's running no cards in my extra deck because I'm running True Draco this season. I think that overall, I think Master Duel Season 4 is not too much different from Season 3, unfortunately. It is nice that we got new cards, and I definitely think that that's great, and they should do more of that. I think the Duel Pass should update a little bit more frequently than every 2.5 months. But that's just my opinion. I think as far as selection packs go, I think that they should lower those down too. I think the selection pack should only last a month and then they update the other ones. Maybe that's asking too much on the dev team. But those are my overall opinions. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. And if you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, you can send them to JankyYGO@gmail.com. You can tell me what you think about my thoughts in the comment section down below. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.